Hello and welcome back to the Movie Attic. I'm Mike, and as you can see, this is the Attic, where I discuss and review movies, DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks for all the nice people out there in YouTube land. Today's big episode is so big I had to bring in another person, of course. That's my son Jake.
Hello.
And today's big movie is The Giant Claw from 1957 in black and white. The reason I brought Jacob here was because he's the reason I discovered the movie, or he discovered it and showed it to me, and of course, I have to buy these things, so.
Yeah, what I was doing, how I discovered this movie, I was watching a video of a compilation of Monster Wars, from Godzilla monsters to Gamera, Cloverfield, the tripods of the new War of the Worlds movie, and etc., etc. And I saw the image of the space condor from the giant claw, and I was wondering, I wonder where that came from. So what I did was, I paused the video, took a picture on my phone while it was on the laptop, which I could have done the same thing for if I was playing the video on my phone and took a screenshot of it. And then after I took a picture of it with my phone, what I did was I did something called a reverse image lookup. In this case, Google Lens, to see where the monster came from. And the giant claw, there were results saying that the monster came from the giant claw. And, it looks like a movie that Dad might be interested in.
Yeah.
Because, it's a little black and white, and he likes old-fashioned monster movies like The Beast of a Thousand Fathoms, Valley and the Gwangi, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of black and white, not just a little black and white.
Well, that.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to spoil anything as usual, but, I won't spoil it. You'll find out if you watch the movie where the giant claw comes from. Like he said, it's in black and white. The other movie, the werewolf that came with it, is also in black and white. I watched both movies back to back. I thought they were both relatively good. Of course, the special effects are ridiculous, and a lot of strings everywhere, or at least not for the werewolf, of course.
And the giant claw, Dad said it looked like Eon the Terrible from the movie Rudolph's Shiny New Year.
Yeah.
And I also want to mention that the giant claw and the werewolf both look like movies that Mysterious Science Theater would do. Like how they did for Reptilicus, which he made a video review on it.
I did. Anyway, I thought both movies were relatively good story. I liked the two main actors that were in The Giant Claw. I thought they were really good. The only thing, the only letdown is kind of the special effects, which, sometimes that's the charm to the movie. I don't think they're so outlandish that it takes you out of the movie. So.
And there are big condors in this world. Like, for instance, the California condor. Its wingspan is 3.0 meters, or about 9.8 feet. Its weight is about 12 kilograms, or 28 pounds. And this may not be important, but its lifespan is 6 years, or 60 years, but some say it's 80 years. And unfortunately, California condors are critically, and I say critically, endangered. And they are the largest condors in North America, here in North America. Now, if you want to know what the biggest condor in the world is...
Sure.
It's the Andean condor, at least I said it right. Wingspan, 3.3 meters, or about 10 feet 10 inches. Weight, 15 kilograms, or 33 pounds. And its lifespan, if it's in the wild, 50 years. But in captivity, it's 80 years. And there's also monstrous condors in other monster movies, like in Godzilla. Okonduru, which first appeared in the 1966 Godzilla film Ibra Horror of the Deep, or Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster, and it reappears in the 1969 Godzilla film All Monsters Attack, or Godzilla's Revenge, but it's just reusable stock footage for content. So,
speaking of reusable stock footage, none of this show is reusable stock footage. But anyway, the video quality of this movie I thought was really good. The only dips in quality are when they use stock footage for like the when the military or people are out at sea doing stuff. That's a big dip in quality, but the rest of the movie looked really good. Of course, like I said, the monster itself looks a little on the ridiculous side. They keep referring to the monster as a flying battleship. Why, I don't know. I mean, he doesn't really have weapons of sorts which you would associate with a battleship.
But he does have mean-looking claws.
Yeah, giant ones to boot.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I like the movie. Of course, I could show off the disc. There's the disc. One disc has both movies. It says Region B, but, a lot of these companies put that on there and you stick them in and they play anyway. And this one played on my player without any problems. Like I said, this is from Umbrella, but there's also, both of these movies are in Cold War Creatures, which is a 4-movie box set, which came out after I had already picked that one up, so I probably would have got the other one had I known it was coming out.
Oh yeah, and I guess I'm not sure if this is the name of the giant condor, but it's La Conge or something, Carcagne. When I throw it into Google Translate, apparently it's Italian for the carcass or something.
Big bird.
The carcass. Which to me that would be a weird name for a giant monster, unless it's a zombie monster. This here's a bird monster, unless he was carrying, maybe a carcass.
Yeah, most of those type of animals prey on dead carcasses.
Yeah, but
not to gross everybody out. Yeah. This is a family show, of course. There's part of the family right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I like the movie. I know you don't have much to compare it to because you didn't really watch it, but you've seen scenes with the bird.
Yeah, jumping people down from the sky.
And I didn't want to spoil anything, but yeah, he eats some people. Well, that's alright. I've spoiled many movies before. So, yeah, I like the movie, and this is an example of what the channel's about. Discovering movies by various means. He's found many movies that I find interesting.
Oh yeah, and on the cover it does say Flying Beast Out of Prehistoric Skies. Now there is a huge bird from prehistoric times, 60 million years ago, that used to roam Argentina. Called the Argentavis magnificens, which people declare as the biggest flying bird in the world.
I might have to adopt that name myself.
Its wingspan is about 23 feet or 7 meters. It weighed in about 155 pounds or 70 kilograms. And apparently it's about the same size as a Cessna 152.
Well, there you have it. There's all the stats you need to know about any bird you'd ever think would be this bird. Yeah, it's funny they should put that flying beast out of prehistoric skies, because if you know where the bird comes from, like I say, I don't want to spoil it, so if I was going to rate this bee movie, I would give it probably six rolls of pink insulation out of 10. I liked it. I enjoyed watching it. Like I said, I liked the two main lead characters. I thought they worked well together. It's a classic case of, liking the characters so much that you can overlook the obvious flaws in special effects, of course. And of course, if a movie's good enough or the story's good enough, which I ain't saying that's what it is in this case, but you can overlook a lot of stuff. And I did notice the lead guy in this movie was in another, I think it's a science fiction movie that I might end up getting eventually. But anyway, and you have Ultraman.
Oh yeah, well, like I said, I'm sorry if I spoiled the movie, but
you didn't spoil the movie.
Oh, this Condor,
it's 50, 60 years old. There's no spoiler alerts for something that old.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, the Condor gulps any unfortunate victims, whether they're in an airplane, like maybe a Cessna 152 that I just mentioned, or when somebody parachutes, he gulps them out of the sky, or when someone's walking on the road or on the ground, he grabs them with his talons or claws. And
speaking of that, this channel would be a lot better if I had more talons.
Oh, no.
So anyway, yeah.
But anyway, it's almost similar to a monster in Ultraman Nexus called Bug Buzzon. I think I said his name right. Who devours humans. He grabs them with his claws, whether they're out walking around in a parking lot or on the ground or driving in their car. He grabs them and devours them. He's a space beast, according to the Nexus series. And sometimes in an episode that I saw, sometimes he remains buried in the ground, sticks out a long tongue or something, and grabs its prey and then drags it down in the ground and devours them.
Anyway, I don't know. I can't remember if I showed the back for people to check out the stats of this movie. Like I say, both are in black and white. Like I say, this disc plays in my player. It does say Region B, just to warn anybody in case it wouldn't work, which I don't know why it wouldn't.
Oh yeah, and some facts I forgot to add about the biggest condor, the Andine condor. They're not critically endangered, but they are vulnerable, and they live in South America.
Oh, well, there you go. If you don't know anything or everything about condors after this, or giant birds, well then I don't know what to tell you.
And if you want to know what the biggest bird in the whole world is, that title belongs to the ostrich. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what an ostrich is.
I would say. Anyway, like I say, I did enjoy the movie. No regrets buying it. And who knows, I might end up getting that bigger set from I forget who put it out, maybe Arrow, of the Cold War creatures that has 4 movies, which these 2 are included. So really, there'd only be 2 more for me. So if you've seen this movie or the werewolf even, or some of the stuff, Mystery Science Theater, the stuff you mentioned,
or Ultraman Nexus,
any of that stuff, of course, leave a comment down in the comment section below. This was our 10th episode, and I planned on having him on about every 10 episodes, so until episode 20, we might not see him again.
What? Oh.
Until episode 20.
Oh, okay.
So, until next time when I'll have a completely different movie here in the attic, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I guess I'll see you then.
Goodbye.